This is Rock and Roll Roots with Steve Palec.
Hi, this is Steve Palec, the host of Rock and Roll Roots on W-KLH, and I appreciate each and every person that listens to it.
There goes the last DJ who plays when he wants to play.
However, I'm going to strongly suggest that, for once, don't listen to me. Listen to Joe K on Play That Rock and Roll.
There goes the last human voice. And there goes the last DJ.
I know you are a huge fan of John Prine. And I've listened, I remember a number of years ago you did a Roots salute on your show to John Prine. And I was driving home, I was listening to it in the car, and I wasn't familiar with him. And you played I'm Taking a Walk by John Prine.
Yeah.
And I had got to my house and I was about to get out of the car, but I had to stop and listen to the end of it because I've never heard a song like that before.
I'm taking a walk. I'm going outside.
Because it just seemed so beautiful that he would write a song about just going outside and taking a walk. Which is something we all do, and it's just like, there should be a song like this. And I really liked it. So I think John Prine's a cool guy, and I think you're a great advocate for him on the radio because he really doesn't have a lot of like commercial radio hits, right?
Right, and the thing about John Prine is it goes back to what I was saying earlier about sincerity. I once asked him if he's ever thought about releasing an instrumental. Because, there's a melodic aspect to his music that I really like. He said, there is one tune I have in my head that I never came up with words, so maybe I'd have to, but he never had. And it's really because, he had so much to say in such a unique way. And if there is anybody listening to this that's not familiar with John Prine, you owe it to yourself to just grab whatever you can find and just listen to it. Not in the background. Now, you can if you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But if you would, please, just listen to what he says in each and every one of his songs. And some are deep and some are fun and everything in between. But it's just such a great example of sincerity that came through, which amplifies what you're saying. Because you know what? If I write a song about taking a walk, I'll guarantee you it will bore the hell out of you. But John Prine can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the best stories in your book is about the first time you heard his music at Summerfest, because I think it speaks to just a moment that everyone who considers themselves like a music fan and also open to new music, if you're at like a music festival, it's got to be a common thread where you have a moment where you hear something and you just got to stop and be like, wait, what is this? And like absorb that in and then find out who this artist is, and like nothing in that moment is more important.
Right. And one of the things I'd say about that, Joe, is, and again, there is no right and wrong. You can like anything you want, and nobody should ever tell you what to like or why. But the interesting thing to me about John Prine is that the first time I heard him just strolling through Summerfest, and I stopped like a cartoon character, like, what is this? That was when, if you had asked me what genre of music do I like, country would have never seeped into it. Country or folk or whatever you want to call it. And boy, was I lucky to have discovered him without prejudicial of like, oh, I'm not supposed to like that because it's not Led Zeppelin. So again, to be limited by genres it's only limiting yourself.
I'm watching the birds.
just getting by.
Just getting by.
For once, don't listen to me. Listen to Joe K on Play That Rock and Roll. Okay, now you can come back to me.